Hell of a Summer had one hell of a premise, but didn't live up to my horror-loving expectations.
Finn Wolfhard and Billy Bryk made their feature film debut as the writers and directors of Hell of a Summer, which they also starred in. The film is a slasher horror comedy that follows a group of summer camp counselors being terrorized and murdered at Camp Pineway a week before kids are expected to show up. I've come to the realization that I love the slasher subgenre in horror, so I was really excited to check this one out. I headed to the theaters during opening weekend for a matinee showing, which I prefer, ready to dive in. I wasn't expecting to be blown away by this film because the concept isn't anything new in regards to slashers, but something was still missing that made me not enjoy this film as much as I thought I would. I will say the opening was strong. It definitely set up horror movie tension for me and had me yelling in my head about the decisions the characters were making. As an audience member, you knew something was about to happen, so I was captivated. The story then picks up with the introduction of all the counselors as they arrive at camp. We get a glimpse of their personalities and the dynamics of the group, as many of them have been going to Camp Pineway for years. There was a lot of time spent on diving into the relationships between the characters that seemed to drag on, and I didn't care about any of them. It was like nothing was happening, and it took me out of the horror element. It turned into a coming of age story at that point. There were some interesting shots, though. I'm thinking back on a moment where the counselors were in a lake unwinding, and shots of going underwater back to the surface was pretty cool. The majority of the film takes place at the camp, so there were only a few additional locations that were highlighted, but the primary location of the camp was fine. Especially with much of the story happening at night, you could still see what was going on. I know a lot of films that feature night scenes and you can't see a damn thing, but these night shoots were lit, literally. One major upset for me was a lot of the deaths happened off screen. And that's like the first rule in horror. If you don't see it, did it really happen? So that was kind of a clue into what the movie was going for. But for this to be a rated R movie, they should have leaned more into the slasher genre the movie put themselves in. The kills that were shown were effective, but I wanted more. I just wanted more from this movie. More action on screen, more suspense. Those attempted comedic moments, I wanted them to hit harder. It was on the cusp of something good, but it didn't really go there. I was shocked at an aspect of the killer reveal though. But after that happened, the movie just got meh. I was just like, okay, time to wrap this up. I wanted to like Hell of a Summer. I really did. It had all the elements that I would want in a horror comedy, but it just wasn't enough. I didn't hate it, and I did chuckle at times in the theater, but I didn't have one hell of a time. Hell of a Summer is playing now in theaters. Did you check it out opening weekend? Tell me how you liked it in the comments.